Good morning. Welcome to Get Fit Friday. I'm Beth Jeffers, and I'm joined with Whitney Brown.
Good morning.
We're here at the Fitness Factor, and springtime is upon us.
First week.
Yes, it is. And so we want to kind of revisit some of the things that we have talked about, and we talked about maybe at the beginning of the year. It's a time that usually I think people like to make changes in spring. And so if you haven't made a change, let's try to make one. If you have made some changes, keep on going with
That's
them.
right.
And I think one of the first things to do, and we've talked about again this before, is that you need to set realistic goals. But what do you feel like are some of the things people need to think about when they're putting a program together?
That's a good question, and it really comes down to what your life looks like and what you want it to look like. We all have these high aspirations when we get started. We have a lot of motivation, a lot of hype. We're excited to get going, so we're going to do everything to the max. That's more and more and more and more and higher intensity, when in reality that's not a sustainable method. So you really have to look at what's reasonable for your life and what's actionable right now. So waiting until you're ready and all of the timing's right is going to keep you still for a very long time, because the timing is very rarely right. So you have to do something to get started. So taking some kind of action is the first step. Whether that's calling a friend to join the gym with you or get started on a walk, whatever it is, however small it feels, doing it now. Then you can start to think about, what do you want your program to look like realistically?
Right, and a program can be so simple. I think a lot of times people make it very hard, and they just don't get started, like Whitney said. And one of the things you want to do, some of the 3 basic items that you want in your program are cardiovascular exercise, strength training, and some flexibility.
Absolutely.
And it's as simple as that, and you only have to work out 2 to 3 times a week. Of course, we've talked about movement, how important that is, and we'll get back to that later on. But just doing those basic things, and think of it that it's pretty simple. You don't have to make it complex, is my point.
Absolutely. And for the next few weeks, we're going to help you, take you step by step along the way. So if you're having some trouble building your program, or you really don't know where to start, we're going to help you with that.
I think one thing to remember is beginning is half done.
That's right.
It's like Whitney said, you've got to take that step, and once you take that step, you're going to feel better, your health will be better, and you'll look better. You know, everybody wants to look better, but the bottom line is your health. So stay with us, come back next week, because we want to take that first component of fitness, that cardiovascular component, break it down for you as simple as possible so that you can make that start. We'll see you next week on Get Fit on Friday.
For more Get Fit Fridays with the Fitness Factor, go to WCBI.com.